Hello there gamers, this is Frags the Malaysian Gamer doing another vlog, and today I want to talk about E3 because E3 happened over the week and basically nothing much actually happened. Honestly speaking, it was a bit of a letdown. Xbox and Microsoft probably did a lot more announcements. Obviously the big news is that Microsoft announced that they have a more powerful console coming out end of next year. I believe they actually gave a date. I believe it's winter 2017, which is quite shocking really. Project Scorpio is their code name for it. And there's also another, well, Xbox One S, which I suppose if you look at it now, it's not the most creative sounding name, especially with the iPhone 6s and all that all out there. But you know what's in a name, I don't think that's such a big deal. I'm just making a mountain out of a molehill. But Xbox and Microsoft really came out and impressed with a lot of really cool indie games actually. And something I didn't like about Microsoft is that there were a couple of games that they called it as Windows 10 exclusive, whatever Windows 10 exclusive means, because of the fact that, well, Windows 10 exclusive means that it won't run on any other operating system, Windows basically, and it probably runs on the Windows 10 store. I mean, you can get it on the Windows 10 store, which also means that these games will probably unfortunately not be on Steam. I hope that I am wrong with that. I hope these games would come to Steam, but I know Quantum Break isn't coming to Steam. That's been confirmed. But games like Playdate, the guys actually it was a guy, I guess they are a studio now, who made Limbo really. The next game is, I believe it's called Inside. It looks absolutely haunting and creepy, and it's really like a Limbo style, but it's not about Limbo. I don't think it's set in the same world. I don't know much about Inside, but it looks amazing. I'll have links in the descriptions below in this video. And that's Windows 10 exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. That's Windows 10 exclusive, and I'm sad for that. I don't want games on the PC to be, well, let's just say that Gabe Newell, Steam, Valve has won the PC gaming front. They are the biggest PC gaming platform out there, or online digital DRM management and storefront and all that. Anyone else that's coming in right now and trying to like brute force their way into saying, hey, you know what, these games can only get there, I don't think they will meet with success. I don't like Microsoft's idea of sort of doing that exclusive thing. The problem with console manufacturers is that they've been so programmed to sort of do the whole, this video game is exclusive to my console, and they take the same approach for PC gaming. I absolutely don't think they should because PCs and computers really are a much more open platform. Game exclusivity, which is a really console sort of concept, although I suppose there are game exclusivities on PC as well, EA games and certain Ubisoft games as well, although Ubisoft is on Steam, but I suppose you still need Uplay to play them. It's not a alien concept on PC, however, but I don't think that this is a method that a game publisher goes on the PC platform. You just release it on multiple platforms. So what if you have your own store? Have it on Steam, have it on EA Origin. That is actually the best option for consumers. Consumers win, and eventually the game developers and even the publishers make more money. I absolutely don't see the purpose of actually doing this exclusive Windows 10 thing. I mean, if it is actually tied to the Windows 10 store and won't be released on any other storefront, which seems to be what's coming out of Microsoft, and that is not something that I'm looking forward to. Okay, going on to Sony. I was expecting Sony to announce something about the new PS4.5 or whatever, Neo, the more powerful PS4, but they have said that they're not going to talk about it in E3. And Microsoft, which I thought were the ones that are a bit left behind, are the ones which came out and actually announced this thing, which is shocking, absolutely shocking. And what did the PS4 PlayStation did? They just showed a couple of games. They did announce a PSVR. We don't know what the regional pricing is. I know that it's $399 US, which is quite a decent price actually. It's quite a good entry level price for someone to actually experience VR, considering the Oculus and the HTC Vive, which are amazing VR experiences, but set at like $599 and $799, which is like way expensive for us Malaysians, and for Southeast Asia it would be quite pricey. $399 is absolutely great value, you know, for a VR headset. It's probably not the best built VR headset out there, but it's a great entry level thing, and I think Sony played their cards well on PlayStation VR. And I don't know how big, but I suppose it is going to be big, considering the price point and so many PlayStation 4 sold. That's a no-brainer, honestly. And of course, they also announced the October 21st release date for PlayStation VR, which is great, which means that it's coming out pretty soon. So I suppose that the PlayStation Neo, the PlayStation 4.5, the more powerful PlayStation, probably won't be out this year actually. I would be surprised if it comes out this year. It probably comes out end of next year. I think they will take the time to sort of rethink the PlayStation 4, since Microsoft seems to be so damn confident that their Project Scorpio is the most powerful console in the market basically when it comes out. So I think Sony is going to relook into that PlayStation 4.5 thing. They'd be figuring out how can we actually equalize this or neutralize this Project Scorpio, or do one up them. That is why I presume that they have sort of changed their game a little bit there. Apart from that, of course, hey, we know that The Last Guardian is coming out in October, I believe. Wait, let me double check this. Is this coming out in October? So we now know that The Last Guardian is coming out in October 28th or 25th. What's this? 25th. Okay, so, well, it's still not in limbo, no pun intended, or no references to the previous game I was talking about, which means that, yeah, it's really coming out. I saw the trailer and it looked like the giant flying cat thing looked great on the PS4, but the character looks very cartoonish. It looked like it is like a previous generation game being ported. That looked like a PS3 character. I don't know whether it was a stylized thing, but it didn't seem that way, because the cat actually looked quite good, but the character looked very incredibly cartoony. But anyway, I'm glad that The Last Guardian is finally coming out. You know, a lot of people were actually anticipating it. And apart from that, holy crap, God of War is a totally different game. They're not calling it God of War 4, I believe. Let me double check that. No, it's just God of War actually. Yeah, it's actually just God of War, which means it's some sort of reboot or something, you know. It does seem like a reboot. It's not the same game at all actually. Considering that actually video game industry has moved on since like the first God of War. That style of God of War action game thing, I think the developers must have looked at that and said that we need to reboot this as a totally different style game, because I don't think people are interested in that. And you know what, I think I agree with them. And what's happened here is that they've turned it into this third person sort of survival action game with some of the God of War elements in it, which I find absolutely fascinating. I want to know more about God of War actually now. I'm not a huge God of War. I did play God of War 1 and 2. I had a problem in God of War 2. I had a bad CD or something. But anyway, I played those games. I loved it. There was great spectacle fighters. This game is going to be something else. If they manage to pull it off, it might be something that, yeah, you know, a PS4 is worth getting, honestly. I mean, a PS4 is worth getting right now, actually. There's a lot of really good games for it. But I'm more of a PC gamer. So from the PC gaming standpoint, right, what's happened in PC gaming front? Well, nothing much. Apart from a couple of indie games, there were 3 games that I was interested in, which of course, the first thing is going to be Civilization 6, right, which they announced just a month before E3, I believe. 2K announced Firaxis is developing it. They've got a new lead designer, and the thing is that I saw the gameplay footage for it. They had they showed a bit from the beginning of the game all the way to the modern era, and I'm skeptical about it. There's one particular thing about it that I'm not very sure. Of course, it seemed like it makes sense to actually say, hey, your buildings and, well, they said wonders especially are going to be outside of the city. So your city is not just this clump of thing on a dirt, it actually expands, not just the border of the city, but the city itself expands. Tile improvements or other hex improvements and other buildings outside the city, and wonders as well. I saw the modern era gameplay and the map looked absolutely cluttered. It looked like a cluster F bomb there. It looked absolutely cluttered, which got me thinking, like, oh crap, is the modern era going to like devolved into this really messy affair? I mean, modern era Civ game has always been quite messy, but now the map looking that way and buildings outside of the city and the settlement, like, is that going to pose problems? Have they actually thought this through? Actually, how is that going to actually impact later on in the game when your cities are more developed? The map is just going to be absolutely cluttered. And I was thinking also, like, what is actually the advantage of actually putting those buildings outside of the city? What is the advantage of that other than just some minor tactical advantage or other tactical decision that you get to make, where shall I move my army to on top of this building so that they can no longer produce soldiers? Yeah, that actually seemed like a good idea at that time when they revealed the game. Actually, it seemed like a good idea, but now that I've seen the modern era and the map just looked absolutely cluttered, I'm a little worried about Civ 6. I hope I'm wrong, of course. I hope the game is going to be brilliant and stuff. It's being led by the lead AI programmer from Civ 5, if I'm not mistaken. So he's been given lead developer duties. Actually, I believe his name is Ed Beach. Everyone in Phyrexis are super intelligent people, so they made XCOM as well. They managed to make some really good games, and yeah, the Civ 6 team is definitely going to be their top team. This is going to be their A team, so I'm sure they will find some sort of solution to it. Actually, that map clutter I was talking about. So apart from that, of course, the other PC game that I was really interested was that it was revealed before E3 that Relic is working on Dawn of War 3, Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 3, and we finally got to see gameplay footage, a proper gameplay footage which ran at what looked like a much better frame rate than the gameplay trailer we got from Relic running into E3. And you know what, hey, it looked absolutely amazing, those gigantic units and bigger battles, much bigger than Dawn of War 2. I know a lot of people like Dawn of War 2, but I'm more of a Dawn of War person. Dawn of War 1 fan, actually. So to see that is great. I didn't see any base building though, which left me a little, again, concerned. As in how this thing works actually. How would it work in single player? How would it work in multiplayer? The footage that I got to see at E3 I didn't go to E3, sorry. I watched the E3 footage, gameplay footage from Eurogamer, I believe. Links to at the description below. It showed a Space Marines versus Eldar, and not my favorite sides actually. Eldar, I never really like Eldar. I prefer Chaos or Orc actually. But yeah, there was no base building, so I was wondering, like, how do they actually build these units? Maybe they are not revealing that yet. Maybe there's information out there that I don't know of, but I was quite I didn't really, yeah, it left me with a lot of questions. Of course, the battles and stuff look absolutely amazing, the jump packs and stuff. Oh, that's great, Space Marines, awesome, gigantic beastly things which fire artillery from its back, awesome. But how do you create? Where's the strategy part of it? Where's the base build? I don't know. They said that base building is going to be in there, but they didn't show it. And yeah, I guess we will get to see a bit more in the coming months. Do we have a date for Dawn of War 3? Dawn of War 3? No, actually Dawn of War 3 is actually slated for 2017, so it's still got quite some time. Obviously it's pre-alpha and stuff. That's about the only like PC games that the big ones that I actually saw or I was really interested in looking at. Some of the console games were quite interesting. Oh yeah, Resident Evil 7 looked like a totally different game from Resident Evil. I'm really interested to see what Resident Evil 7 is. A day one, I believe it was day one or day after. What's that PS4 exclusive game called? Oh, it's Days Gone. Yeah, Days Gone looked quite interesting actually. That's something that I will definitely be keeping my eye on. Actually, I forgot. Battlefield 1, Call of Duty, I mean they looked actually Battlefield 1, I don't know why a lot of people seem to be blown away by it, because yeah, that's just Battlefield. Seriously, it's just Battlefield in the World War One code. It seemed to be running slightly slower. It seems the pacing seems a bit slower, and of course the dynamic weather and stuff it's a bit more dynamic than Battlefield 4. Seems interesting. Let's see how it is when it comes out. Call of Duty actually totally surprised me actually. It wasn't a scripted space sequence actually. You actually fly a ship and it became like a space sim at a time. I don't know how much they're going to be doing that, but it looks super cool. But unfortunately, I think the interest for Call of Duty just didn't seem that high from the journalists that were at E3, so there wasn't really much said about it. But that actually surprised me quite a lot. And on Ubisoft's side, Watch Dogs 2, I mean, what do I have to say? It's fun. Let's see when it comes out. That Tom Clancy game, Wildlands, that seems quite cool. Actually, a lot of people were impressed by Wildlands, so that's another game that I'll be keeping an eye out. Apart from that, Mafia 3 from 2K also. That's coming out soon, I believe. I believe Mafia 3 is coming out soon. Oh no, Mafia 3 is coming out on October 7th. So yeah, that seemed alright actually. From the first time I saw gameplay for Mafia 3, I wasn't impressed. I think they've really polished things up and they've improved it a little bit. I mean, I don't know whether a little bit or a lot, but they've improved it, so I am pleased with that. I'm looking forward to Mafia 3 when it comes out in October 7th. Apart from that, there's FIFA 17 and stuff, EAO, everyone just showed their games. Nothing really wowed me, at E3. I'll tell you what wows me though, what is a much bigger news than E3 to me, is that there is news, again, I believe it was GameSpot or Eurogamer, somebody basically revealed that basically PayPal leaked the release date yet again for the Steam Summer Sale, which comes out on the 23rd or 24th. I believe in the US it's 23rd, so for us in Southeast Asia might be 24th. So that's June 23rd, 24th. Steam Summer Sale's biggest news this month actually, not even E3. Yeah, that's going to be coming out next month. Actually, I'm looking forward to actually purchasing some nice indie games that I've wanted to play for quite some time, or get for quite some time. Speaking about games, right? Yeah, I want to say this. Games that I'm playing for fun, for my own self, that I'm not doing a let's play or anything. Here's the deal. I think I am going to be using my Twitch channel. I'm going to be more active with my Twitch channel now. So every weekend I will pick a game to actually stream. So I will post the details on Facebook, and I'm going to be streaming on Twitch. So if you'd like to see some live streams of any games, actually just any games, I might even play Metal Gear Solid 5. I haven't finished that actually, or even The Witcher 3, or I really want to do is Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Yeah, I think today or tomorrow I might do Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Timing and stuff is not confirmed, but I will post that on the Facebook page, which I use as like announcements to you guys. Apart apart from that, yeah, this channel itself, I like that fact that we have reached 200. I know I said in my previous vlog I was going to talk much about it, but I am going to talk about it, not much about it though. As always, you guys subscribing and giving feedback and giving comments on this channel always means a lot to me, and thank you every one of you for subscribing to this channel. I can assure you that I have a ton of games to actually do first impressions on, and those let's plays. I want to finish one or two of those let's plays, so I'm trying to speed it up. I feel some of those let's plays are just a bit slow in terms of moving, in terms of episodes, but I don't want to make each of them too long, so it's taking a while, especially because I'm working, I'm pretty busy and stuff. But yeah, I am trying to sort of play a bit more and give you more episodes per day. So you if you notice, a couple of days last week I did release more than one video a day, 2 videos, something like that. So I'm going to do that. I'm just trying to push some of those let's play so that I can finish it a bit faster, so that I can get onto newer games for let's plays. So that's it, thanks for watching this vlog. As always, if you have any comments or feedback, sound off in the comments below. So this is Frags, a Malaysian gamer, signing off. I'll see you guys in the next video, and have a fragtastic week. Bye.